And I would like all of us to do 1 minute silence for him. If you can stand up for me, please. Thank you very much. So the story of Sports Supreme begins with Mullah Abrazak Usman, late Abrazak Usman, may Allah SWT forgive him, who saw what we are doing and he believed strongly that if we have the right network, the right connections, the right energy, and the right people, we will be able to succeed. So he linked us with Sports Supreme. I had to travel. I remember I bought my ticket to fly to Lagos to meet Mr. Babak Afshar after discussing with Mullah Abrazak Usman. And that morning, they said they were about to attack Kaduna airport, so they canceled the flight. I traveled through train and get to Abuja, and I have to travel again. And I traveled to get to Ibadan. Around when I got to my way go to Lagos, Mr. Babak said he's already in Ibadan at Ilaji Farm, and then as such, they are comfortable where they are, so I should come to Ibadan. I got to Ibadan around, I think around 7 in the evening. I did not get to Ilaji Farm until, because there was a problem with the road, and I don't know the road, until around 11. Please let me give a round of applause for Mr. Babak first. I learned something very important that day. As I was coming in, I saw Mr. Babak already waiting for me in front of the hotel room. And as soon as he saw me, he said, "You're welcome. I know you're very tired. Please go to your room and rest, and then we can talk later." I enter inside my room, and I burst out crying. That is it because of players that I'm suffering like this, and I'm going through this hell. And then my wife, my family, who without them I wouldn't have been doing this, because we all know what sport is. She called me and consoled me and said all will be well. Today we have that story of that twin partnership between Sports Supreme in Germany and Terror Sport and Skill Center. Sports Supreme is an agency that represents players, agents, coaches, everything you're looking for as an opportunity that is in sports. That is an organization that can give you that. And that is why we're here, so that we can discuss our business. It's a long time people see sports as recreation, as fun, as a back page, to read in the newspaper. It's high time we put this at the forefront and see it as a powerful socio-economic, industry that can actually add hugely to our GDP. Sports Supreme is in Germany, and we have a lot of partners. Every one of you, including some of the potential Ronaldo and Mercy that will be here to also join us in the near future. You will hear much more from Mr. Babak Afshar, and I want to thank every one of you for being here. Thank you so much.
Oops, a little bit taller. That's very rare. Thank you very much for being here and for having me in here as well. Thank you for the great invitation and the good introduction. Babak Afshar. Most of you don't know me, but I have worked not only in Sports Supreme, but I was working as a club owner 5 years in Estonian Premier League, and I was 1 year sports director in Iran in the Premier League there. Babak Afshar, that's an Iranian name, so my father is from Persia, my mother is from Germany, so I'm the product. Sports Supreme is, just to introduce the company a little bit, is a player agency since 2007, which has worked with international players and coaches in Europe and in Asia. And after a while, we also decided to look a little bit deeper into the African market. So in 2016, I was the first time in here, not in here actually, it was an adventure. I was in Kaduna. So my first view of Nigeria was Kaduna, and I met Abdul Razak Usman. It was very inspiring, and it was very, let me say, tough for a person who never entered in Africa to go somehow with a domestic flight from Lagos to Abuja, to Kaduna. I had a week, and then afterwards, a few years later, I learned a little bit more in Ibadan and Lagos and Abuja. So now it's the 7th time that I'm in Nigeria. Altogether, I was also twice in Ghana and also in Zambia. So I think I'm getting to know things a little bit better. During this time period, just to let you know, we have sent out, just for Nigeria, I think something I counted by the end of last year, something between 35 and 40 invitation contracts, etc., to players who are playing grassroots, which is actually a very tough one, because as you know yourself, I mean, grassroots players don't have video material, grassroots players have seldom statistics, and to discuss with clubs in Europe or in Asia about players who don't have any history or even no video material is nearly impossible to get them into the market. We have tried our best, but I can say we can still improve. We have to improve year by year to do things better. Coach Suraj told me that he would like to join. And the good thing is we have in Sport Supreme a different mentality than most of the agencies. We are the only agency in the world who have a franchise system. And this franchise system means he can go on my behalf, and also some others who are in the room, on my behalf to players, to clubs, to speak with them directly. They don't need any person in between, say that somebody will be invited. No, they have the voice and the power to sign contracts, to discuss things, to bring me the material, to make scouting, so that at the end of the day, the group who is in Germany, we have people in Hamburg, in Vienna, we have also in Austria, in Germany, we have partners in Czech. We are having newly now also in East Asia some representatives. So altogether, I would say is the good thing that we have this franchise system where it's more like a partnership. It is like a family. And in these things we are teaching each other. Means we make scouting courses for scouts. We are doing, we have permanent meetings. We have real cooperation. So we are taking this social very, very serious. Means we really take care of our friends, our family members, and this is a unique thing. And I'm glad that we have successfully installed it and already been satisfied with this model. I don't know if I can already start about talking more, because you know you have to stop me. Okay, so just this was briefly about Sport Supreme. We will go deeper into it later, and also some ideas and thoughts what may be coming from my culture, by both cultures, into your culture, so maybe we have more success even together. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suraj and Babak, for that brief on Sport Supreme and Terror Sports and Skill Center. Right away, I want to call on Mr. Adedeji Shanwolu to talk to us on sports entrepreneurship, the untapped gold mine. So please, Doctor.
Good afternoon, everyone. Let me introduce myself. My name is Adedeji Shanwolu, so I'm not related to the governor of Lagos State. So, standing on all existing protocol, I appreciate the opportunity to share my little knowledge on the sports industry. So, I happen to be a legal practitioner by training, and I'm also a licensed FIFA agent. So I would like to speak about sports entrepreneurship being an untapped industry, and the opportunities in the sports market is endless, right? And it's unfortunate that a country as populous as ours was still a bit behind in this area, but it also gives us an opportunity to enter at different points. Quite the industry. So let me just give you an outline of some of these areas, and I'll speak about some of it. I don't know how much time I have to speak. So how much time do I have? 10 minutes. Okay, so let me start from the basic parts we all know. You could start off as a coach, you could start off as a player, you could start off as a club academy owner, you could start off as an agent or a scout just like I am. You can also start off as a sport lawyer. Then let's go further. There are trainers, there are physios, there are performance analysts, there's sports medicine, there's sports photography and videography, there's the sports tech area, there's sports branding, then also sports equipment producers and merchandise, and there's the sports broadcast aspect of things, right? So let me quickly touch on the sports broadcast area, and I know most of us here support clubs in the Premier League. Am I right? It will interest you to know that based on a big audit firm, about £400 million in 20. The clubs in England generated a direct tax contribution of £4.2 billion to the UK economy. So you can imagine how much the league is making just by watching from Super Sports, wearing the jerseys that we have in Lagos, wearing the caps and whatnot, everything that you wear. The clubs are making money from those that are in the stadium, buying tickets, week in, week out, sponsors, the names you can see on the shirts. There are endless opportunities in this area. So let me go back to the start. So for some of us that have decided to be coaches too are big earners. In case you don't know, it's not just the players, but their earnings are not just as pronounced as the players. Like, okay, we can hear, okay, Bruno, he earns maybe £240,000 every week. I'm sure you heard, but coaches too, they are doing very well. Players as well, just like you guys, you already know. Clubs and academy owners, you know what it is. You spend a lot of money to train your players and whatnot, but when you get to the level of getting your players out, playing in Europe, playing in developed countries and top flight leagues, there's a transaction involved in all of this, and there are numbers, right? That's also a good part. That's also a good opportunity in the sports. As for agents and scouts, scouts are there to pick out the top talents for clubs. Agents are there to represent you, negotiate your contracts, and represent your best interests at all times. Agents also represent the coaches, they represent the clubs too, not just the players. So let's go to the performance analyst part. I'm sure you see, I don't know if any of the clubs here, I don't know if you use any performance analysis tool. Does any club here use anything like that? Okay, so I'll give you an instance. I know you see a lot of professional players when they are training, they wear this thing that looks like a crop top, right? So it has a device attached at the back. a brand, that's one of the brands called Catapult. Because you've gone through this routine over many years, you understand what it is to train. Some of you can turn out to be sports trainers eventually and not footballers. You know what it takes to train, to warm up, stretch, and whatnot. You understand it. Then let's go to sports medicine. You notice like a lot of teams have at least 10, 20, or even more people in the background. I don't know if you guys have, some of your teams have like a medical person. So beyond that, there's a physiotherapist, there's your doctor, there's your nutritionist, because what makes De Bruyne perform the way he does, right? There are people that do personalized drinks. That's why when you see them when they are done playing or when they take them off, you see maybe the color of his drink is yellow. You see this develop. So these are areas where people can also play a part in the sports industry. So let me move over to sports photography and videography. So every time you play, there could be camera technologies that have been improved over the years. There's VEO and a couple of other ones used to record players that are looking to be scouted. Do you understand? So this is also an opportunity for people to record people. It's a business to record because you need to be able to do the right clips. Just like when you go on YouTube to see some of your players, you see that it's mostly the good parts of their game that you see on YouTube. They may have cut out the bad side of the game, right? So this is also a skill that you can learn. And being a content creator, you need to be able to do these things, to be able to sell yourself, sell players as well. So let's move over to sports tech. So sports tech, creating apps, creating portals around sports. Like another area where I think we're behind in Nigeria is in terms of database. I know a lot of people are trying to come up in that area. So if you're able to create like a portal that keeps your statistics, every time you score a goal, people are able to see it from anywhere in the world to see that, okay, someone from Triple O, I don't know, what's your name? Habib. Kabir. So Kabir scores a goal this week. There's a database where all these things can be seen. How many clubs you've played for over the years. It will interest you to know that your track record is very important to your success and the likelihood of you progressing out of the country, because most people want to know what your track record has been. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is also an area for people to create things. So I think I spoke about sports branding and content creation. So let me add that to when I spoke about the videography. So sports branding, a lot of brands are there and want to be associated with sports, right? You can see Nigerian brands already identifying with Premier League clubs. You see Chivita adverts. You see Globalcom with Manchester United. A couple of other ones like that. There's a lot of money in that that's gone between these parties, right? That we may not necessarily know, but if your sports outfit is built such that you can get the visibility that they need and their brand can be seen, obviously they want to identify with you. Real Madrid is a big club, that's why Chivita can identify with them. Do you understand? There are benefits for both sides. So over to sports equipment production and merchandising. So just like the shirts you are wearing, there are brands behind these jerseys that you are wearing, your socks, your boots, your slides, your shin guard, your underwear, everything you can think of that you need to excel, the football, the nets, the posts. That's another opportunity in the sporting industry. So by and large, it would be great for us as a nation to have more people get involved in our sports industry. I know a lot of people are doing a lot of work, and I must give kudos to them despite the difficulty in doing it, right? We're dealing with a lot in this country, but I must give kudos to everybody already in the sports industry, and I think we can do more. And also, it would be nice for brands to support, and even most importantly, government to support our local league, because it will be a thing of joy in a few years' time that we have foreign players wanting to come to our league, not us always wanting to go out. Let's get our league to that level. Let's get our pitches and facilities to the level where people will come in. Let's get our league to a place where we're selling out the stadium, where we have a good followership, and we're not worried about supporting Manchester United. You want to watch Triple O, you want to watch OB12, they're in the top flight league. Those are the things I want for us as a nation. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Adedeji. Just while the speakers are talking, if you have any questions you want to ask anyone, you can just jot them down, because there will be a question and answer section on the topics. So I want to call on Alhaji Ilyasu to talk to us regarding sports entrepreneurship as well.
Mine is an inspirational talk on entrepreneurship. But first of all, I want to start on the existing protocol. And secondly, when I heard about this summit, I was so happy that this is coming in Nigeria. Not in Nigeria, let me be biased, in northern Nigeria. Please, I want you to give those people a standing ovation, please. Stand up and give them a standing ovation, please. And thank you for doing that. Wallahi, I was touched. Thank you. Thank you. I was moved by this very program they are going to organize for our youth and our coaches, which is fundamental in football development in Nigeria and world over. And I have heard Doctor has spoken very well. He has given you an insight of what football is all about, right from dressing to training and achieving your goal as professional footballers and the revenue acquired in it. He has spoken very well. But me, I don't have this technical ability to go to detail. He's a doctor, he's a sport writer. So the advice I'm going to give, or rather the talk I want to talk on entrepreneurship. For you to achieve your goal, you must be consistent, perseverance, and patience. All of you knows, if you are not patient, and you don't have me here, I know you are missing some classes sometimes. You are missing some breakfast time, so continue to do that. It's very important. Secondly, be truthful to yourself. Now what I mean, be honest. If you are honest, you will also achieve your goal. Because they were saying that you can work with a person that has energy, has knowledge, and has integrity. If it is not, he doesn't have integrity, forget about the other energy and what have you. So you must believe in yourself, first of all, before you enter into any other, and to achieve anything in the world. Because there is a graph which has been designed like this. A graph, 180 degrees centigrade. You know this curve here is 0. One start from here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you don't invest in 0. There are chemistry students, and there's a saying that an element cannot go into action until what? It overcome energy barrier. No chemistry student here? It must overcome all barriers. So therefore, you have to come with something before you do that. Hausawa kuma sun ce, da ruwan ciki akan janar rijiya. If you are not equipped, you are not yourself, you are not sure of yourself, wallahi, you end up putting yourself into shame, and you will end up losing everything. But once you believe in yourself, and you have followed the procedure and principle laid down, football is very important thing now. It's one of the best sports that has been developed in the world. And you have chosen football to be your career. If you are taking it as a career, how to make it. If you follow the due process and do the needy, I strongly believe you will make it in life. And thank God that all of you, most of you here, are young entrepreneurs. I can put it that way. If you are lucky. If you are lucky, by this initiative, God knows how. I mean, we will be a fan. We may be traveling to see your matches somewhere, inshallah. That's what I believe. Yes. Yes. So please believe in yourself. Do whatever is needed to do, to be done. And inshallah, I know Sky will be beginning, not the limit. Thank you very much. Once again, we thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Alhaji Ilyasu, for that advice. Up again, Mr. Babak Afshar, to talk to us regarding sports and entrepreneurship generally.
I have to say, both of these gentlemen, Alhaji and also Adedeji, say very important things. One was product-based, the other was human-based. And actually it fits together in this case, because when we are talking about social entrepreneurship, and I would say we are talking about investment. We're talking always about investment. I know there is something going on in the world at the moment. Everybody is just too much money focused. Means I'm investing something and I'm expecting very, very fast a return. Otherwise, I'm not investing. This is not happening in sports. In sports is a long-term investment. Means you are investing in something. What is this something? This is someone. This is a human being where you are investing. Is it directly or indirectly? You are investing into players, in yourself, in the development, or you are investing in products which helps the player, and at the end of the day, the community, the club, whatever, the federation, to become a higher position. It's always an invest. But this is nothing what you are going, if an example, I'm going to scout tomorrow a player and say this player is fantastic. There will be no return on invest in the upcoming 3 months, not in the next year. The player needs to develop, needs to come to a new club, needs to prove himself there, needs to become a professional contract. The first professional contract is never the contract where you can feed the entire community. Definitely not. You can just stabilize yourself maybe. Then it comes to a point where you can make the next steps. But this is always step by step. And one thing was very, very good. Be honest. Be honest to your community. Explain them where you are standing. Be honest to yourself. If your body cannot perform like you wish, think of it. Maybe you are at the end of that. Maybe you need to take a rest. Maybe you should do another profession. Nothing wrong about that. But be honest to yourself. Be honest to the people who believe in you. And this is, I think, the most important part. Being honest, but having people around you who would like to invest in you, not only you yourself. This is, I think, very important. I would say we have different kind of investment forms. Last year, I had the luck to search for a football club for an investor. He wants to buy an European football club. Yeah, thank God that works out. So it means there is a big potential on the one end, which is the most expensive part of investment, investing into a football club. It goes over investing in a product. Yes, there were good ideas. I have had that on my list, by the way, as well. Statistics, I mentioned it beforehand. I said that most of the players who are playing grassroots, but not only grassroots. Please have a look on the Nigerian football league and look about this. How is that in pages like Transfer Market and so on? How much detailed information you get about the players? It's compared to European leagues. It's almost zero. I'm not talking about statistics which you can gather by technology, GPS tracking by how many ball possessions, checking of what about the pass quality, expected goals, and so on and so on. I'm not talking even about that, but that would be helpful for all African players, I would say, not only a Nigerian problem. We have a good covered society in Northern Africa, we have that in South Africa, but everything between those two ends of Africa, maybe Kenya is a little bit better, maybe Ghana is doing a little bit better, but there is lots of space to improve. And I'm asking myself, why is there no scouting software for players in Africa? Why do we have to travel more than 20 hours? I started my travel, when was it? 2 days ago at 4 o'clock afternoon. Yeah, it's now almost 20 hours just traveling to get in here, and this is Abuja. I'm not talking that I have to go Kaduna or I have to go to Botswana, to a village. This is a longer distance. But actually it is not necessary that we constantly come. If there would be a software, if there would be something where you can gather informations. We have the idea how to run these kind of things. We have worked on with these, we have done that. But of course, you need to gather information, you need to invest into that. And the need, not only in Africa, the need in Europe is very high. People would, you have to look all the teams which are playing internationally, and mainly now in Champions League. Most of the players, but you can see, coming from Africa in every team. Maybe they have African roots and a French passport or whatever, but at the end of the day, people are really happy to have players from here. Why? Because they are talented, they have a good attitude, they are hard workers. This is what they are searching for. But if you can make it easier, or if there would be a company, for example, who would gather this information and sell that to the European clubs, so that they can get informed. Oh, there is a player playing in wherever, in Benin City. Then I come to see exactly this one player because I think he has the potential, or she has the potential to play in a highest league in whatever country. So it doesn't have to be like some agent is telling this and that. Of course, you can inform clubs. Clubs need information. In Europe, everybody is working with information. North America, everybody is working with, actually worldwide, everybody, which I could hire without even going there. But of course, you would like to know the personal background. You would like to know him face to face. You would like to know her or him a little bit better because you're investing into this. For example, a topic which I believe it had a big future in here to do so. I mentioned it about, I saw a couple of years ago in Ghana, I don't know, does anybody knows the Academy Right to Dream? Yes. This is actually the highest standard, I would say, right now what you have in this continent, but when it comes to player scouting and player development, already in here. I saw their infrastructure. It looks like an European high-class club, I would say. The scouting software was fantastic. They have had several scouts running around. They have, I think in their scouting room, I think 6 or 7 persons just on the computer making analysis about players. They have an education. It's not only about football, it is also about education. Maybe how many, I will not say percentage, promille can just make it to the top. I give you an example. We have 7 million registered football player, male and female in Germany. Registered player. So, but in the top 3 leagues, which are professionals, are playing maybe 1,500 German players. And we're talking about 7 million. And now, and the number will be reduced because players from here would like to enter this market. And if they're better, yes, they get the spot. So this is what I want to say is, you have so many there. And it cannot be only football. You need to have education as well. So this is Academy Right to Dream. I don't want to make too much advertisement for them. But I'm missing an Academy Right to Dream here in Nigeria. Sort of that. I don't have to say it is a copy of that. The own Nigerian way would be fantastic. See, they are not gathering like that. If I would say Academy Right to Dream would scout in here players, maybe they take 1 or most likely 0 without seeing you, because they are scouting 15 to 20,000 players every year and pick up 10. So you can imagine it is very unlikely that they find in every scouting event someone who would fit. What do they search? And this is what European clubs as well are searching. They want players who have quality, but even more important is, can they accelerate? With work, can they reach a certain level? And a certain level is not, yes, I can play second Bundesliga. And yeah, maybe, but therefore we have the German players who can play second Bundesliga. Yeah? We want players who can play outstanding. And there was one, you know him yourself. Who is the best player at the moment for Nigeria? Lukman, because he scored. If I have asked last year, everybody will say Osimhen. Okay, anyway. So now it's Lukman, but I take Osimhen. Also, Lukman was not very successful in Germany, by the way, if you can remember. Yeah? But Osimhen came to Germany, he came to Wolfsburg. They scouted him, they found him attractive, and he played this, I think U20, was it, or U8, World Cup, anyway, so the U17, okay. U17 World Cup, he came over to Wolfsburg. Maybe they did not take care very well. I would just say, I have no idea. But at the end of the day, he was not successful at all. They said, oh my God, we spent so much money. I think it was like 3.5 million euros, what they have spent. They sent him to Belgium, and they let him go. And in Belgium, they worked on him. And he developed and became a superstar in all Europe. And worldwide, actually. So this is what I want to say. There is maybe a side door to get in, but players need to be ready already here and not ready when they come over, because most of the time they don't have the time to integrate very well. So they need to integrate already to the European market while they are playing in here in Nigeria. Means you need to work hard like a professional. You have to think of your body not too hard. I have been on some scouting events last year where I know that there was one player who played 90 days in a row on such kind of tournaments. And I saw him before. I said, I cannot recognize you. You don't have this kind of, how to say, this speedness. Yeah, it's missing something. Yeah, I have played so much. I have played there. I have an injury. I have to play. No, that doesn't help. That doesn't help, because at the end of the day, nobody is signing you. Rather take your rest. I know it's difficult, but this is an appeal to all the club owners, to the coaches, to the environments there to also protect their own players because they have a small chance to show themselves. So altogether, there is lots of fields where investors could invest, where they will get a bigger return. Not only that this is burnt money, they can get a bigger return. Now I'm coming back again to this Academy Right to Dream. They have a partner club, or this is, let me say, the same company in Denmark, Nordsjælland. And if you see how many players they have sold for a certain high amount, it is ridiculously high. So this investment, what they have invested beforehand in Ghana, compared to that, what was the income after a few years, was very, very big. So in that point, the return on invest will come automatically if you make your job right, and stay with your how to say, with your investment. Take care of your investment. Is it a player, is it a product, whatever it is, stay with your concepts, believe in that, work on that, and find partners who believe in that product, in you, then you can be successful. I think that's my message regarding investing. What kind of investments? I could give you 2 pages of lists what is possible in investing, but I think this is the major topic at the moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Babak. Very quickly, I don't know if anyone has any questions so far regarding the 3 speakers. Just by a show of hand, if you have any questions so far, so we can take those before our next speakers. Anyone? Players, guests, anyone? Okay, 1 person. Okay.
Hello, my name is Muhammad Adamu. My question just to Mr. Babak. You made mention of scouting software. I just want you to give me example of one you know. Maybe we can study it and see how it is. Then we can now think of how to develop our own. Thank you, sir.
Okay, is it okay? Perfect. Well, there are several in the market. There are big ones. I don't want to mention their names because otherwise I make a free advertisement. But they are gathering up to maybe 50 different kind of categories or datas. As I said, it is you need to. How did they start, or how can this be developed? Most of them started pretty simple, not with technology, but with human beings. Means they have had some matches, and people have analyzed these matches. Means they have counted how many passes did this player play, how many were successful, how many were long, how many were short, etc. By the time, of course, technique takes over more and more of this information, so that you can really figure out this player, and then you can see what he is doing, and computer can analyze that at the end of the day. But in many cases, it's still lots of, let me say, handwork from human beings still necessary. So it means actually what you need is always like 90 minutes of or the complete match, not 90 minutes, because the matches nowadays are 110 minutes long in both halves, etc. So you need to collect all the activities which are taking place on the pitch. Means, as I said, from chances, because this is one of the key topics. Striker. A striker, normally you just see how many goals did he score, how many assists did he play. But in reality, nobody is in the professional market looking on these statistics. Of course, it is something very obvious that you have to look, oh, wow, he scored so much, let me have a deeper look. It is about expected goals. How much of these shots were really were supposed to be there, or how many were out of luck? Were they precise on targets? Were they shots are not shots anyways. You have some shots which go 10 meters above a goal. Yeah, maybe you shoot from 35 meters. The chance of scoring is way less than if you shoot from 5 meters and were unlucky because whatever, somebody put the fingers in between. So all these informations, what you gather is in this software, and then you can easily go from log in from any country to see about a special player, about a team, how they are doing, etc., and then get the informations out of that. So that is approximately this the product. But I can tell you later if you were more interested about the products which are existing on the market. Thank you.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, my question is almost similar to his, but as a player, I want to actually know what scouters are looking in a player before investing in the player. Thank you.
That's a tough one. If I would be no. Let me say it this way. If I would judge which player does fit to my team, then I would say those who show me in the short snapshot that they are something special. They have something special. See, I think this was the third time when I was here. I saw 800 players within 1 week. Most of them, let me say in the beginning, just played like a half an hour. During this half an hour, you have to catch something impossible, some quality. Most likely, if Lionel Messi would have played there, I would not recognize his quality. Yeah? I just saw something what this player showed me that I say, wow, this is different. He is better than, or I like, no, not better. I like this kind of style more than maybe I like the other one. So at the end of the day, you select these and maybe you watch it again and see if you are right with your judgment. And at the end of the day, if you said, yes, he is the one, then you're going to pick him. Nowadays, some clubs are ridiculous. So I have to scout for their need. I saw a player which was like Kanté, let me say. But they will not accept a player with this height. Yeah? They want just players who are, let me say, 185, 190 minimum, strong, powerful. What age are they searching? Yes, take it down to the simple, 18 and 19, maybe 17, because he will become, or she will become soon 18 in the upcoming year. So this would be, if I break it down to the very simple one, this is what's most likely all clubs are searching. Tall, young, powerful, fast. One club told me, please find Usain Bolt who can play a little bit football. Yeah? So bring it just to very simple. I don't want to say this is the correct way, but you cannot jump into the head of the sports director or the scout in the club in Europe. They have certain needs. If you ask me, I would always choose those where I see some potential. It doesn't mean if maybe we select or I select somewhere one player, two players, or even more players, that these are better than other ones. As I said, maybe I didn't see it. that the other one was better. But for me in that moment, this was a project which I would like to invest time and money. There are, I would say, most of the players have some quality. Maybe not for the market which I'm searching, or a scout is searching for his market. Maybe this is I saw so many players who could easily play in a league like in Mongolia,